Hello and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today we're going to start talking about the autobiography. So I would like you to take notes on this video. Make sure that you pause it so that you can write things down as you go, and that will help you as you go on to complete the assignments. So first of all, we need to define an autobiography. An autobiography is a nonfiction narrative or a true story in which the author relates events from his or her own life. So let's talk a little bit about author's purpose, since that's what we've been working on lately. For an autobiography, the purpose is for the author to tell his or her life story in a meaningful way. Remember, yesterday we learned that an author's purpose may be to inform, to describe, to entertain, to persuade, or to reveal a truth about life, or just to share an experience. An autobiography is written to tell a story, the story of the writer's own life. And the main purpose of an autobiography is to share an experience or a message. Characteristics of an autobiography. It features characters that are real people and settings that are real places. Written from the first person point of view, so you'll see I, me, our, we. Uses storytelling techniques, including dialogue and description, and offers insight into the writer's life. The structure of an autobiography may describe the full sweep of the author's life or focus on a specific time period, and it usually presents events in a chronological order. Chronological means in order of time. Some examples of autobiography are below. Let's look at them. The author is a leader whose life shows how society changed. The author played a role in historic events and has a unique point of view or perspective. The author is an artist or inventor who explores the imagination. The author struggled with personal difficulties and is now a role model. Or the author was the first to study a topic and see its importance. So let's look at this excerpt and let's practice. It was my aunt's love that saved me. One evening as the family gathered for supper, my heart was burning in rage. My aunt mentioned for me to sit next to her, and she took my hand in hers. My first impulse was to yank it back, for I was angry with the world, but there was a look of kindness in her eyes that drew me to her. I calmed down, and as we ate and spoke quietly, bitterness left my heart. Peace took hold of me, and I was quite another child by the time the meal was done. So let's look at some questions about this passage. Explain the message the writer expresses in this passage, and cite details that support your answer. And then, in your view, what is the author's purpose for writing this text? Make sure to explain it. Pause the video here and answer these two questions. To explain the message that the writer expresses in this passage, what about love can overcome anger? If we go back to the passage, what tells us that? Well, the aunt is holding the hand and asking her to sit next to her. These are loving acts, right? The child wanted to yank it back, but decided not to. There was a look of kindness in her eyes that drew me to her. All of this is indicating love melting the heart of the child who is very angry. What about the second question? What do you think the author's purpose for writing this text is? Maybe the writer was sharing an important event from her life and honoring her aunt's positive influence. Does that make sense based on what we read? Sure it does. This was some kind of monumental event to the writer, something that had taken a deep-seated anger and turned it into a nice evening. And the aunt's positive influence is the thing that did that, holding her hand, talking to her, making her feel better. All of those things go to making the author's purpose about sharing an important event from her life. So your assignment today is to read From My Life with the Chimpanzees by Jane Goodall. This assignment is attached in Google Classroom. It's kind of a long reading. It's about 10 pages. And then you'll complete the Google form entitled From My Life with the Chimpanzees by Jane Goodall Comprehension Questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye. That's why I'm giving you 2 days. So I would suggest that you read the story today and then set it aside, and then tomorrow work on the Google form. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.